Hi, everybody. I have another guest student reader this week because we have moved offices. Letzley cannot help me because Colvin office is closed. So this is my mom. We call her Honey. Say hi.
Hi.
She's going to help me do the echo reading for each day.
At least I'm going to be here.
So we're going to do each day. Today, March 31st. Turn to your reading. Turn to your smooth reading. It's called A Summer Project. A Summer Project. So Honey is going to echo what I read. And every time that she's talking, you also need to be speaking out loud. Remember that this is just smooth reading or pretty English. We want to hear, you want to hear out loud how you are pronouncing the words, if you are pausing at commas and pausing at periods and making some flow with your voice to put some expression in it. All right, so here we go. Keith looks at his house.
Keith looks at his house.
The paint is peeling.
The paint is peeling.
He even sees some bare spots.
He even sees some bare spots.
It needs paint.
It needs paint.
This will be his summer project.
This will be his summer project.
Keith goes to the hardware store.
Keith goes to the hardware store.
He talks with a store clerk who works in the paint section.
He talks with a store clerk who works in the paint section.
The clerk advises him to prime his house before painting it.
The clerk advises him to prime his house before painting it.
Then the paint will stick and wear better.
Then the paint will stick and it will wear better.
Keith buys a scraper, primer, paint, and brushes.
Keith buys a scraper, a primer, paint, and brushes.
He has the supplies he needs.
He has the supplies he needs.
First, Keith scrapes the old paint off his house.
First, Keith scrapes the old paint off his house.
He does one side at a time.
He does one side at a time.
It is hard work.
It's hard work.
Next, Keith primes the house.
Next, Keith primes the house.
He uses a ladder to reach the high spots.
He uses a ladder to reach the high spots.
Last, he paints the house.
Last, he paints the house.
After 3 months of hard work, it is done.
After 3 months of hard work, it is done.
Keith is pleased.
Keith is pleased.
His house looks great.
His house looks great.
All right, excellent. First one done. All right, so now we are ready for the April 1st reading. And this is one that all of you should be able to identify with. It is called Pressures of an Adult Student. So all of you will be able to identify with that. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're working on our pretty English, the way it sounds. As an adult student, I am experiencing a lot of pressure on a revolving monthly schedule.
As an adult student, I'm experiencing a lot of pressure on a revolving monthly schedule.
Being an adult student is difficult for me because I am responsible for more than just school.
Being an adult student is difficult for me because I'm responsible for more than just school.
I need to pay bills. review my work and school schedules, and take care of my family.
I need to pay bills, review my work and school schedules, and take care of my family.
I am responsible for personal payments while going to school, such as my car and cell phone.
I'm responsible for personal payments while going to school, such as my car and cell phone.
When I bought my car, I had to request a loan from the bank.
When I bought my car, I had to request a loan from the bank.
I need to repay the bank, which includes interest.
I need to repay the bank, which includes interest.
I make a recurring monthly payment.
I make a recurring monthly payment.
If I don't make the payment on time, the bank will charge me a fee.
If I don't make the payment on time, the bank will charge me a fee.
If I don't pay at all, the bank will revoke the loan and repossess my car.
If I don't pay the bank at all, if I don't pay at all, the bank will revoke the loan and repossess my car.
I have to manage my work and school schedules.
I have to manage my work and school schedules.
My work schedule changes every month.
My work schedule changes every month.
For example, this month I work from Thursday to Saturday.
For example, this month I work from Thursday to Saturday.
That's a good fit with my school schedule.
That is a good fit with my school schedule.
I can go to class 3 days a week this month.
I can go to class 3 days a week this month.
Next month, my work schedule will be revised.
Next month, my work schedule will be revised.
I work from Monday through Wednesday and can only go to school 1 day a week.
I work from Monday through Wednesday and can only go to school 1 day a week.
Spending time with my family is more difficult when I'm going to school.
Spending time with my family is more difficult when I'm going to school.
I don't even have enough time to go to a movie with my wife.
I don't even have enough time to go to a movie with my wife.
Even though there is a lot of pressure with being an adult student, I am very happy that I can go to school.
Even though there's a lot of pressure with being an adult student, I am very happy that I can go to school.
I am learning the English language and more about U.S. culture.
I am learning the English language and more about the U.S. culture.
It is a very rewarding experience.
It is a very rewarding experience.
And I hope all of you are still thinking that. None of you take anyone to the movies right now because you couldn't, even if you wanted to. But the nice thing, perhaps, about being online is that you can do all of the stuff around your work schedule, or maybe when the children are asleep. Okay, so one more reading. All right, the last reading for this week is for April 2nd, and it is called Tax Day. Well, it's so hard to see. Let me see if I can get that up there. Tax Day on your April 2nd packet. Now, Tax Day has been definitely delayed. Oh, I can't remember, but it's either June or July. So you've got plenty of time for taxes. It is not April 15th this year. All right, so smooth reading on Tax Day. Tax Day is April 15th.
Tax Day is April 15th.
One wants to get her taxes done before that date.
One wants to get her taxes done before that date.
She does not want to wait until the day they are due.
She does not want to wait until the day they're due.
Taxes must be mailed by midnight of April 15th.
Taxes must be mailed by midnight of April 15th.
People who do not meet the deadline are fined.
People who do not meet the deadline are fined.
One needs two things in order to complete her taxes.
One needs two things in order to complete her taxes.
She needs the tax form and her W-2 form.
She needs the tax form and her W-2 form.
One gets the easy tax form at the library.
One gets the easy tax form at the library.
Tax forms can also be found at most post offices.
Tax forms can also be found at most post offices.
One got her W-2 form in the mail.
One got her W-2 form in the mail.
Her place of work sent it to her at the end of January.
Her place of work sent it to her at the end of January.
She has what she needs to start working on her taxes.
She has what she needs to start working on her taxes.
One reads and follows the directions.
One reads and follows the directions.
She prints her name.
She prints her name.
The form asks for her first name and middle initial, then her last name.
The form asks for her first name and middle initial, then her last name.
She prints her address and her zip code.
She prints her address and zip code.
She writes her social security number.
She writes her social security number.
She completes the rest of the form.
She completes the rest of the form.
One is pleased.
One is pleased.
She has finished the form and she is getting a refund.
She has finished the form and she's getting a refund.
She marks the refund box on the tax form.
She marks the refund box on the tax form.
The money will go right into her checking account.
The money will go right into her checking account.
Okay, so that is it for reading for this week. Thank you, honey. Good job.